welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Carolina Kamami, Carolina with the K, and today I'm having a story time and a mukbang. And at the back is my friend Minnie the Mouse. She's joining us today. If you're new here, please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. You can always comment down below. You're welcome. For the oldies, welcome back, guys. I love you so much and I treasure you. So I want to just give you the chicken wings a taste. I made them. They're just honey barbecue chicken wings. And then here we just have fries, which is shaped like onion rings. It's sweet and it's a little chili, so it's just like the perfect mix, you know. So nice, so nice. I remember on my previous video I was talking about the wildest thing that I've ever done, and people are like, you have to tell us the story of how you ran away from school and blah blah blah, you know. So I said, you know what, why not just sit down, give a story time. It's been a while, so let's get into the story time. I was in form 2. This school was known as Memo Girl. My friends and I, we decided to like get into hockey. It was so much fun, and like almost all my friends were in the hockey team. Had a main coach, which was the teacher, and then we had like a mini coach. She was known as Karen, and Karen was my friend. Like, she was our friend, so we were like close with her. So there was this time we had like an argument, a really rough argument between me and 3 of my friends and Karen. So we were like against her to a point that we said we're not going for practice. And what we didn't know was that a few weeks from there was going to be like a tournament, and that's like a funky. And you know, in high school, funky was the it. Like, funky was everything. Ajifanya vichwa ngumu, and we decided like, you know what, we're not talking to this girl and we're not going for practice. It is what it is. Days went by, rumors started going around, hey guys, there's a funky coming along. So we're like, me and my other friends were like, so what do we do now? Like, should we go back to the practice? Because now if there's a funky, you have to go back to practice. Like, there are moves and tricks you're going to be taught, which you're going to apply to the tournament that you're going to. So we started pretending like we're getting back, like with her, being friends, and I guess she knew, so we wanted to be friends with her. We went back, we practiced. I'm telling you, we practiced so hard. We gave it our best those last days to the funky. So they didn't tell us that there was going to be any sort of vetting. They didn't. So we're like, hey, we're going. And we also had a school bus, so we knew even if we're going to be taken as subs, because now we were not taking the game seriously, we still will go. Like, we'll go no matter what. We'll go because we're in the hockey team. Yeah, you guys know that in high school, when you're going somewhere, I'm in boarding school, when it's time for you to like go to a school trip, funkies, you know, those things, you go to the form 1s, you ask them for like new socks, the new taffies, nini. You had to go to the funkies so neatly dressed to a point that you will do anything. Like, you would even steal. And to be honest, we went to the like when the people were in the preps, when the other students were doing preps, we went to the hanging lines and we started stealing the form 1 socks, because now it was hard to borrow someone, and then you're like, so every time I'll keep on borrowing. So we went and stole. So I don't know if that was the karma, but we went and stole the socks. So unaiba socks, unajua, okay, I'm sorted socks. Then you go ask your friend for like taffies, you know, you're sorted the taffies. For the t-shirt, you know, you're sorted for the shirt. So we started preparing. Yeah, we've prepared. Last year, I'm not doing any assignment in class. Like, I'm skipping out simply because I'm going for a hockey tournament, and the teachers understand that if you're going, like, you're an exemption. So I remember that night we were busy preparing. We didn't even go for preps, and that's how we stole the other socks, because as we were not going for preps, we were practicing, and after that we were preparing ourselves to go for the tournament. So we went to sleep, so excited, talking about the tournament and all. Next day, people were doing their duties. As we were not doing, it was an exemption because we're going to the tournament. Asa sayo, hata hatushikiki. Like, unaringa unasema mi naenda funky. So you know, when other people are going for like funky, the ones who are remaining behind, they could send you snacks, and you sneak the snacks for them back to school. He, sema kujichocha, nimechukua pesa za watu, unajua nitawanunulia unataka nini, nitakununulia nini. Alasa, you know, when you go buy for them, you make profit, because you can lie to them that thing came like 100 bob, while that thing was like 70 bob or 50 bob, so you make profit, and they don't mind because they're selling you. I'm telling you, I got like 5 people who sent me to go and get them things on the funky. So yeah, so that morning after the assembly, everyone went back to classes. The teachers went to their classes to teach. Hey, sayo tulikuwa tuna double mathematics, and I'm like, I'm so glad I'm not in that class, because now nimehepa hata nashindwa kula story. So tukaenda, went to the grounds, the front grounds, close to the gate. So it was like the gate, then after the gate, when you're getting into the school, there is the staff room, and then after the staff room, the classes. So we were all dressed up, we have our bags, like we are going to this funky. So we were waiting for this bus, and we realized that our bus is not coming, our school bus. I can't even remember what they said the issue was, or they said like we are not enough. I didn't understand. So when the school bus came, it wasn't our school bus, it was another school bus from another school with students in it, and we were like, and it looks full. So I'm like, how are we going to all fit inside this bus? Hey, right then the coach is like, so only 11 of you, and so we were like, I think we were like 15 or something. Yeah, like we were like 15 or 16, I'm not sure. So he's like, only 11 of you are going to go, we are going to fit them inside. And so us, we're like, where? This is where things are getting real, because now these other 11 were serious from the start. Even when Sisi we caused drama, remember I told you, me and some of my friends, which we were like, there were 3 girls plus me, so that's like 4 or 5 girls, like we were having issues with this current girl. Well, the others were practicing, so clearly tukajua tayari tunachujwa, lakini tukasema Aisha hawezi tuache, so watatuachaje? And we've already said that we're going for a funky, we can't go back to class in the middle of a lesson. Hey, jokes, people started getting into the bus was full. Acha nikwambie, hiyo kichwa ngumu yote we had, machozi ilikuwa inanilenga. The embarrassment. I was like, how will I go back to this teacher is not serious. Anywho, nikasema it's okay, let's wait and see. Before the bus leaves, maybe there's another solution, you know. So when the bus was full, like the 11 girls got in, because he was naming them. Hey, mazee, it was so much tension. Utafikiria ni some sort of Love Island hapa. Hey, so he was mentioning names, the girls are getting in. Si tuko hapo na vile tulikuwa tunajifanya bad girls na nini, tuko hapo tu ati tuna hope kuna vile tutaitwa. So watoto wakaingia, and then the teacher came and talked to us, and then the other conductor of the other bus was like, hey, we need to hurry up, we're getting late. The teacher just came and told us, so itabidi nyinyi mmerudi kwa class, because sasa the bus can't fit all of you. If the bus could fit all of you, you could go. Plus nyinyi pia, this last days you were not coming for practices. Kuna time you were not coming for practices when it was crucial, and these other ones, they were always there from the start coming for practices. Sis, I'm like, Ada, before we talk, he left. We had to do the walk of shame after. Yani hata nakumbukaga hivi nasikia aibu. Yani Sayo, you have money yenye umepewa uende ukabuy snacks, ulete demo form 4, demo form 3, classmates, mabeshte zako wamekucheta vile, you look good. Sayo umeiba socks za form 1, umezivaa, unaenda funky. na sahiyo umeskip lesson ya mathematics yenye sasa iko like imekuwa like 20 minutes. The second lesson is starting. Like, how am I going to go to that classroom and say I couldn't go? I couldn't. Like, I was like, no, I was breaking down. So Ujumi wasn't alone. We started consoling each other while walking back to the school. So mi nikawa tu like, mi ni yule dem like, niki shut down. I can't. So we went to the dorms, to one of the dorms that most of the girls were in. And then the other girls said, if break time, sit in the class. And me, I'm like, hey. Kasema mimi, I think I'll have to stay the whole day before I go to class. Like, I can't go to class na vile nimechocha tu, like siezi. The dormitory that we were in with my other friends who like tuliachwa na bus, the prefect was my best friend. She was the dormitory prefect. So I decided to like stay there. Nikasema, when she came, I told her like what happened. Like, she understood me and she just laughed it out. So I told her, hey Mazemini, I'm staying here, just say that I'm sick. If anyone asks, if any teacher asks, because maybe they know some of us came back, just say that Mimi, I came back because I'm sick. But it was the walk of shame I couldn't do. So shout out to Kudra, by the way, she was the dormitory prefect. So I told Kudra, you'll have to cover up for me, but me, I'm going to stay here. So I slept on her bed, like her bed was there, so I slept there, because the other girls, they decided like, Sisi, tunarudi to class, we won't stay here. So I was with this girl called Tessie. She was in Form 1 at that time, and she was like, hey mazi, hata mimi siwezi rudi daro. I didn't know this thing was going to be so serious, like it was going to affect me so seriously, to a point that like I couldn't go back to class. Like, it was crazy. The people came back from the funky, and it was even worse because now I couldn't even face them. Like, I don't know why I took it so heavily. I couldn't face my friends. It was so weird. So after that, I went back to the dorm, my usual dorm. I went back with that girl because she was also from the other dorm. And then we just started talking. We started thinking about running away from school, because we were like, hey me, my parents doesn't want to transfer me from this school. I'm tired of this school. How this girl was like, yeah, tell me, my parents, they don't want to listen to me. So we started to we said, what if we do something that is going to trigger them? Like, this school, when you run away, you're going to get expelled. So what if we do that and we get expelled for good? So this was just something, an idea that just popped out. And the more like you're talking about, the more you're like making it to come to a reality. So when it's early morning, I tell Kudra to allow me to their dorm. I sleep there. I pretend that I'm sick because she was the dormitory prefect, and the dormitory prefect in our dorm wouldn't have allowed that. So tukaanza kuchitana na them, tukaanza kuambiana, hey, by the way, unajua tunaweza hepa. And then after this was like after midterm. It was like a week after midterm. Nimerudi na shopping mob. Then to kepa, what will I say at home? So, funny thing, by the way, one thing I haven't told you that we thought about. During this time, there was this thing going around about lesbianism. Like, it was crazy. Like, there were stories from the staff room to the dormitories. There was this issue about lesbianism. So I told this girl, what if to hepe, and then because ukihepa, you're being given an expulsion immediately. Like, once you get out of the school compound without any consent, you're done. Expulsion. So I was like, so definitely my parents will be told it's an expulsion. So I'll say that I've been expelled because of I've been judged wrongly because of lesbianism. There was a group of lesbians, and some of them were my friends, and we were put in the same group, and that's how we got expelled. So we went that lie is so weird. It is so weird, and it's so cringy to even explain to your parents. Kwanza, imagine your dad explaining to him such a thing, because atakuwa like, kwanza hizi vitu zimetoka wapi? But anyway, that was what was going around, and people were getting suspended. Actually, people are getting suspended because of that, because it was getting out of hand. Now this is day 2. The previous day was the day that we didn't go for the funky. We slept. The next day I also pretended that I was sick, and now we were plotting. So that evening we went back to our dormitory, because now Kudra was back to the dorm. We went back to our normal dormitory. When we went back, Oh, by the way, I know some of you are wondering like what did we do when it was like night prep time. We went back to Kudra's dormitory and we stayed there in the dark. By the way, it was so weird. It was so weird. But the weird part was when we were thinking the teacher is coming, and then we were inside there and we were freaking out because that's what we got to we were in hot soup. But anyway, we survived. That's why we had to make the move so fast, like ASAP. So that evening, I wand back to my dormitory, and then I started. Though I had these close friends of mine, so I started giving them my shopping kawachia. Yani blue band. Do you know how blue band was gold back in high school? Hey, blue band tomato sauce. Like those things were gold, 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 gold. Sayo hata nimepeana mpaka Nutella. Hey, so that was done because we were trying to reduce our luggage. So after that, we went to the school field. So my dormitory was just next to the school field, and at the school field, once you're out of the dormitory, there was like this place you play netball. There was the netball. Then you walk. There's the football field. You walk. You walk. When you go down, there's a basketball pitch. There was like a hole, like a slope in the kiasi, just a little one. So we checked there, and when we checked there, we saw this like wire, and down there it wasn't like so connected. Like upper chini, there was like a little space. If you dig your hand like this, like your hand could fit. So we started digging our hole like on that place, your fence na ground. We started removing the soil from there so that it becomes deeper, and then we lifted it kidogo. We lifted that babdo inakuga too easy to lift. And I don't know why the school never thought of securing that place. I don't know. After we were done, we tukachukua dried grass. We put the dried grass up on that place so that the watchman doesn't find out like what is happening. So after the plot was done, we went back to the dormitory. We packed the bags that we needed, but it wasn't a big bag because definitely we were not trying to like attract attention. So the other aim was knowing the perfect time to escape, sis. So we knew that this watchman came to the school grounds by like 6:30. Yeah, they were there, and then they would leave the school by the watchman that patrolled. That's what I mean. They left the school by like 5:30 to 6 when the preps was starting. So, and that was a weekend. It was like a Saturday, that day that we were going to escape. So it was a perfect catch because on Saturdays the preps are not that early. So we're like, when it's morning, we're just going to pretend like we're having like a jog or a walk on the field because our dormitory is just next to the field, so no one would like shuku you at you're doing anything funny because people used to just walk around. So the deal was sealed. We packed our bags. Then we went back to Kudra's dormitory again because I couldn't go back to the classes. I went back to Kudra's dormitory to hide. Me and that other girl, Tessie. That was our last night. By then, no one was understanding what was happening between us, but people were finding it weird that we became friends. They don't know that we were plotting something very dangerous. We were like, hey, sasa kesho ndio siku. Kesho ndio siku. People are wondering, kesho ndio siku gani? The preps were done, and then we went back to our dormitory that night to go and sleep. We asked Kinamura to help us because we were like, kama tunapata hizi vitu shopping zetu, mtatusaidia hiyo asubuhi tunatembea sote ndio tusikae suspicious. So, oh no, I remember. By the way, we went in turns. People started taking the bags. Like the first set of friends wanaenda wanapeleka wana drop bags hapo kwa hiyo place ya kuhepa ndio isikae suspicious. Nimekumbuka. Wow, I can't believe myself. I can't. That school was big and I would have never thought that I'd do such a thing. Eish, the guts, the audacity. I can't believe. So they took the bags up. By the time CC, the ones that we are going to escape, by the time we were walking, we didn't have anything. Yeah, now I remember. By the time tunatembea hatuna anything, they see. Ndio mtu asione like mbona wameenda. Because so we had to leave just me and her. We couldn't go with Kinamura, then they are going back alone. It was so risky. We walked till to the basketball pitch. Once we got there, we knew there's no turning back. Ni kwenda. We pushed the bags outside. We got out. Oh my god, I can't explain that feeling. I was so nervous. we're like, what if we bumped into a teacher? What if, yani, we had a lot of what ifs. We didn't even know where that road is going to lead us. We just ran away. It was so weird because we have school uniform. We walked till the stage. We got a matatu. No one suspected us. Everything was just cool. And we went till Nairobi, guys. And that is how I escaped from school. And if you want my recipe, just let me know. So I'm going to see you next time. Same place, same time. I love you guys. Mwah. Bye.